The following is an exclusive presentation of the Alabama High School Athletic Association and the AHSAA Radio Network.
Won their 5th straight state championship and their 13th overall. Hello everybody, I'm Brett Pritchard and welcome into Inside the AHSAA Weekly, brought to you by Russell Do It Center and Building Supply Stores. Have an exciting show for you this week. We'll have new head football coach at Benjamin Russell High School down in Alexander City on with us, Kevin Smith, and Ben Thomas from AL.com on with us to talk about the upcoming senior quarterback at Wetumpka High School, J.D. Martin. So you don't want to go anywhere. We come back, we'll have Kevin Smith on the phone with us, and we'll talk about his new job at Benjamin Russell. Stay tuned. More of Inside the AHSAA Weekly right after this.
The CA?
A world full of opportunities.
Where are you now? Where are you going?
Where do you want to be?
These are all important in determining your path in life.
More importantly, why be ordinary
when you can be extraordinary?
At Central Alabama Community College, you can be anything you wish to be.
Don't put your future on hold and don't settle for less than excellence.
We are Central Alabama Community College.
Central to you.
Central to your success.
No, wrong! Bring it in, guys! Take a knee! Let's go over this again. Who starts off with a real Coke taste? Coca-Cola! And then Coca-Cola pitches the real Coke taste to who? Coca-Cola! How is Coca-Cola going to give real Coke taste to itself? Take a lap, genius! Coca-Cola takes a snap and then pitches the real Coke taste to Coke Zero running up on the right. You got it? Yeah! At that point, we fake punt the real Coke taste. Who fakes the punt?
Coke Zero Cola.
Take a lap! Coke Zero! Real Coke taste!
0 calories!
Hunter Price is Coosa County's Alpha Insurance agent and has the knowledge to help you with all your auto, home, and life insurance needs. With Hunter and Alpha Insurance, you have a team of professionals to access your needs, save money, and give you the personal one-on-one service in your time of need. Visit our main branch in downtown Rockford or call us at 256-377-4955 for all your insurance needs.
Call Alpha. We are Russell Medical, and this is our corner of the world, where families discover nurses and doctors as excellent as any in the state, and the embrace of world-class care is as close to home as a trip to the grocery store, where the continuity of care isn't lost in exhausting miles of road, but just down the street. We are Russell Medical, and this is our corner of the world.
Welcome back, everyone, to Inside the AHSAA Weekly, presented by Russell Do It Center and Building Supply Stores. At this time, I'm going to go to the phone line and welcome in our first guest of the afternoon, Kevin Smith, the new head football coach at Benjamin Russell High School down in Alexander City, Alabama. Kevin, thanks so much for being on the program with us today.
Well, thank you, Brett. Thank you for having me. It's good to talk to you.
Well, Kevin, you're very familiar with Benjamin Russell High School, and you've been a long-time assistant there, and I know this has probably been a dream come true for you, being named head football coach. I know there were a ton of applicants for this job. Obviously, Benjamin Russell High School, one of the better-known programs in the state of Alabama, 7A through 1A. Doesn't matter what classification, but you inherit a very good program and one that you've been a major part of for most of your career. Kevin. So just I'll let you start there. Just your thoughts on being the head coach, and has it really sunk in yet for you?
Yeah. It kind of doesn't give you a choice. It kind of came right out. It's an honor, first of all. That's the biggest thing to me. I said from the get-go, I've just kind of been a fan of this. I've kind of grown up as a professional in this town and this program, and the names. When you start naming the names of guys who have been here before, from Coach Sav to Coach Lazenby to Coach Martin, and then of course Coach Horn here. I mean, that's sometimes you got to sit back and go, wow, that's a good line to stand in. You just want to get in and do the best you can, fill those shoes, and move forward. But yeah, it's an honor, and I can't wait to hit the ground running. That's what the kids here have been so awesome as far as the transition, and they've made it really easy.
Kevin, you've been around a lot of great head coaches, as you just mentioned, but you have your own philosophy, obviously, like any head coach, on what you're going to do. Just kind of allude to that, because Benjamin Russell High School, as you look back, has really been varied in schemes and the way they do things, offensively and defensively. But Benjamin Russell's always been a team that has played really good on defense and run the football really well. It's been their recipe for success. What's your philosophy, and what are you guys expecting to do this coming up year?
Well, you just said it, and I've been. We've been here since 1997, and I've gotten to see some really, really great teams. In fact, in my opinion, some of the better teams that have ever come through the program. With the exception, I didn't get to see the '93 team, which was another team that was really, really great. Coach Wyckoff reminds me of that all the time. But every team that's had the one thing they've had in common is I see it is the defense, and not just defense, but specifically a defensive line. So schematically, it doesn't matter. We're a 4-man line, 3-man line, whatever. We're going to stress defense, and that's what I told the kids this morning. We were up there running. As long as we're here, defense is going to take the precedent talent-wise. What goes on the field, without a doubt. Then and even though I'm on the offensive side now, coaching the ball, I'm going to take. When we have our first personnel meeting, we'll take the quarterback and the running back of that class, and then we're going to say defense. Y'all feel the rest of it, and then we'll go from there, because around here you better play defense.
Well, Kevin, here are a couple more things I want to talk to you about 5 minutes left here. Real quick, how do you feel like you guys will be? You played in a tough region, obviously. Wetumpka went to the state championship game last year. Opelika has made it to a couple of state title games, not been able to win it. Both Wetumpka and Opelika not getting over the hump. But that's the region you guys play in. The Wildcats have won their share of region championships down there as well. So it's a tough region in Class 6A.
Oh yeah, no, there's no doubt. This the 6A South is really tough, and we've got some of the top I'd say two of the top 5 programs in the state on our list here in Wetumpka and Opelika both, and we're all sitting here together. But they're sitting there saying we got to play Ben Russell as well. So we're gonna look at we don't want to look too much at who we got. We're gonna concentrate on us, and because that's not the only. We went and we got Demopolis. We're gonna go down there, and that's a long trek. And we put we still got Chilton County. We're looking at Stanhope. I mean, there's a lot of people on this schedule. So if we sit around and just worry about that, I don't think the success will be what it needs to be. So we're going to start with us and then move forward from there.
Good stuff there, Kevin. One last thing before I let you go, a couple minutes left. How do you guys feel like you'll be this year as far as just overall, just a quick, brief overview of who's coming back and how you feel about it?
Well, you never really know till you get them out there. We've got some key guys coming back on the defense and on the defensive front, which is where, we want to start every year. Key guys coming back on the O-line. We're going to be young in some spots, but you got your quarterback coming back. We got 2 of the 3 running backs we had last year coming back. So we feel like on paper we should be very competitive. And I look forward to getting out there here soon and seeing what they can do in spring. And then we're set up several 7-on-7 competitions this summer that we're going to get to go and see us go against some other kids. We're going to go to Auburn and do some things and at Auburn High School, and then we're going to go a couple other times to Wetumpka and just play with them. But so we've got several things that we're going to get to see early. Is what I'm telling you. We're going to get to see early what they can do, and I think we stand a pretty good chance.
Well, it's going to be a fun year as always. Again, on behalf of all of us with the Inside the AHSAA, congratulations on getting the job at Benjamin Russell High School. I know you're excited about it, about what the future holds, and can't wait to see what happens this year with you guys and on into the future.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. Thanks, Kevin.
Good to talk to you.
Good to talk to you, too. That's Kevin Smith with Benjamin Russell High School, the head football coach. We'll be back with more Inside the AHSAA right after this.
Team is not something you do alone. Team is plural. Team is arms, legs, blood, sweat, and soul. A lot goes into team. But what we take away stays with us forever.
What value would you gain working with Lee Marketing Group? With 4 divisions under one umbrella, Sign Source, Lee Apparel, R&B Media, and LMG Baker Advertising Agency, Lee Marketing Group offers a comprehensive approach. From logo design and branding to ad placement and everything in between, LMG can handle it all. For ease of time, cutting-edge, results-driven marketing campaigns, think LMG. Lee Marketing Group, your comprehensive marketing solution.
More heart.
More drive. More will.
More guts.
More sweat.
More dedication.
More practice. More control.
More clutch.
More hard work.
More fun.
More family.
More love.
More basketball.
Baseball.
College tennis.
More every day.
More everything. More.
More to come.
More Wilson.
There is a strength inside you, unknown and imperfect, waiting. And when you think you have nothing left to give, when each obstacle in your path is more formidable than the last, that's when you'll find it. And with that strength, your greatness will have no limits.
Take a knee. Let's go over this again. Who starts off with a real Coke taste? Coca-Cola! And then Coca-Cola pitches the real Coke taste to who? Coca-Cola! How is Coca-Cola going to give a real Coke taste to itself? Take a lap, genius! Coca-Cola takes a snap and then pitches the real Coke taste to Coke Zero running up on the right. You got it? Yeah! At that point, we fake punt the real Coke taste. Who fakes the punt?
Coke Zero Cola.
Take a lap! Coke Zero. Real Coke taste.
0 calorie.
Where there's action, there's Encore. Professional. Responsive. Dedicated. Encore Rehabilitation.
There is a strength inside you, unknown and imperfect, waiting. And when you think you have nothing left to give, when each obstacle in your path is more formidable than the last, that's when you'll find it. And with that strength, your greatness will have no limits.
We are Russell Medical, and this is our corner of the world, where families discover nurses and doctors as excellent as any in the state. And the embrace of world-class care is as close to home as a trip to the grocery store, where the continuity of care isn't lost in exhausting miles of road, but just down the street. We are Russell Medical, and this is our corner of the world.
Welcome back, everyone, to Inside the AHSAA Weekly, brought to you by Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply Stores. We'll go right back to our LMG hotline and welcome in Ben Thomas, who covers Wetumpka down there in South Central Alabama. And Ben, thanks so much for being on the program today.
Sure, glad to be on there. Hope you guys are doing well.
Absolutely. And Ben, you're with AL.com, and want to talk about an article that you just wrote last week about the quarterback at Wetumpka. I had an opportunity to see him up close and personal several times this year as they played Benjamin Russell High School. We called that game on the air, and then also in our state championship matchup in Tuscaloosa, where Wetumpka fell short against Pinson Valley. But J.D. Martin returning as a quarterback really was the cog in the wheel for them. Also, Smoke, the running back, was a big player. But Wetumpka, a very talented team, but to me, J.D. Martin's what made that team go.
Yeah, I think so. You know, I'm actually based in Mobile, but we cover kind of everybody. At AL.com, we try and get everybody in the state. And when you got two big prospects like they have, and J.D. Martin and also Patrick Lucas, a transfer from Prattville, who's in there now on the defensive line, we want to keep up with Wetumpka as well. But you're right. You know, I saw J.D. in the championship game against Pinson Valley, and he didn't have a great game that game, but neither did anybody really from Wetumpka. I mean, Patrick Nixon's team kind of won out in that one. But this guy he reminds me a little bit of Nick Marshall when he was at Auburn, because he's such a good runner. And I thought Marshall was so good with the sleight of hand and the fakes and that type stuff. And this guy's like that. I talked to Coach Tim Perry, and he's like, you know, not only is he fast, he can change speeds, in a second, and he can't. Once he's loose, you can't catch him. And I know that, Spanish Fort is a team that we've covered down here heavily in Mobile. It's been, I think they've won 4 championships in the last 8 years. And Wetumpka put up 69 points against them in the quarterfinals, I believe, and that's just almost unheard of. I mean, Spanish Fort has been so traditionally good and strong on defense, and he was the reason for that. I mean, he, when you have Cavassier Smoke, you mentioned, who I believe went to Kentucky, he'll be no longer there, so that'll be a challenge this year. But the quarterback made everything go, and his passing has improved from what I understand. He was a kind of a part-time starter as a sophomore. So if that passing improves again this year, I think Wetumpka could be right in that championship hunt again.
Yeah, there's no question about it. Anytime, it didn't matter what level, when you have a returning starter at quarterback, and especially one as talented as J.D. Martin is, you definitely feel like your team will be back in the hunt, even though they do lose a very talented running back in Cavassier Smoke. Again, I go back and say I really think the offense ran through J.D. anyway during the season. In the article, you write about him, and you're right. To me, really took me by surprise of how dominant they performed against the Spanish Fort team, because I remember several teams that have gone down there and not been able to come away with a win against Spanish Fort on the hill down there. But J.D. Martin was able to get it done. As you said, they started off the game in the championship game pretty good, but wasn't able to finish in the second half against Bo Nix and that crew from Pinson Valley. But it was a really a tough night to play football in. It just snowed all day, and the wind was blowing. It was about 20 degrees out there, so it wasn't conducive for some of the best football. But they return a lot. They should be pretty talented. Talk about some of the teams out there. I know you and I talked about it off the air. Tennessee, Ole Miss from the SEC, I think he just recently picked up an offer from Louisville. This is a kid, I think, as the year goes on, Ben, that will pick up more and more offers throughout his senior season.
Yeah, certainly, especially if he has another year like I think he had 36 total touchdowns, I believe, last year. I think 23 rushing and over 2,000 yards rushing, and I think 1,300 passing and another 13 touchdowns. So, if he has that type of year again, he certainly will continue to pick up offers, and he's going to continue to pick up offers this spring and summer. I mean, as the early signing period has kind of changed the cycle for recruiting, and he's going to pick up more. Probably he's picking up some this week. I think the interesting thing about him is where is he going to play in college? So many people, some quarterbacks get pigeonholed into that athlete. If they can run, they might not be a quarterback, they're an athlete. And maybe that's the case with this guy, although what Coach Tim Perry told me is that his recruiting's been interesting because some people like Georgia, he has an offer from Georgia Tech, and they're recruiting him as a quarterback. And several schools are recruiting him as a quarterback. Some schools are recruiting him as like a slot receiver, and some as just an athlete. So what that tells you, I think, is that the guy's just a fabulous player. And if they can get him in there, they'll find a spot for him, which is, I think, what so many colleges do. But I asked Coach Perry, I'm like, well, do you think he's definitely set on playing quarterback in college or what? And he said, well, I think he'd like to, but I think if it was the right fit, he would play anywhere. Although he said, I think he'd rather play on offense than defense. But he did say, I think Maryland maybe was one recruiting him as a defensive back, and he said, take for instance them, if he felt good about the school and the coaching staff and everything felt right, then he would go there and play defensive back. That it wouldn't necessarily be a end all be all. But the guy's certainly talented, certainly a playmaker, and I think probably an offensive guy in college, either at quarterback or receiver.
Yeah, very explosive talent out there. But again, you see kids that move around in college or take another position that gives them the best opportunity to be successful moving on down the line. And JD definitely has a lot of talent and a lot of physical attributes that he can probably pick and choose where he wants to be. Well, Ben, really appreciate you taking some time out to be on the show today. Look forward to reading some more of your articles with AL.com, and you guys do a tremendous job of covering high school football.
Hey, I sure do appreciate you having me. Hope everybody has a good week out there.
Thanks so much, Ben. Appreciate it. Talk to you soon.
Okay, thank you, sir.
All right, thank you. That was Ben Thomas. From AL.com, go out there and find his article on J.D. Martin, the quarterback, the senior quarterback coming up this year for Wetumpka High School. We'll take our final break here on Inside the AHSAA. When we come back, we'll close it out.
So, you may not know it, but you've seen our work everywhere. For a combined 50 years, SignSource has been Central Alabama's premier option for all your sign needs. Custom signs for your business, club, or organization. Wraps and decals for your vehicle or boat. Full-color banners for your big sale, or a photo collage on canvas for grandma. All with fast, friendly, prompt service. Check out our website at signsourcenow.com. 888-533-6758. Go straight to the source. SignSource.
No, wrong! Bring it in, guys! Take a knee! Let's go over this again. Who starts off with a real Coke taste? Coca-Cola! And then Coca-Cola pitches the real Coke taste to who? Coca-Cola! How is Coca-Cola going to give a real Coke taste to itself? Take a lap, genius! Coca-Cola takes a snap and then pitches the real Coke taste to Coke Zero running up on the right. You got it? Yeah! At that point, we fake punt the real Coke taste. Who fakes the punt?
Coke Zero Cola.
Take a lap! Coke Zero! Real Coke taste!
0 calories!
June will mark 10 years of providing quality t-shirts, athletic uniforms, and promotional products for Lee Apparel. Our success is due in large part to the customers we serve in the Lake Martin community and the great state of Alabama. Our hopes are for many more years of success and growth. Contact Lee Apparel today at 256-825-0197 or on the web at leeapparel.com.
What's behind the CA?
A world full of opportunities.
Where are you now? Where are you going?
Where do you want to be?
These are all important in determining your path in life.
More importantly, why be ordinary
when you can be extraordinary?
At Central Alabama Community College, you can be anything you wish to be.
Don't put your future on hold and don't settle for less than excellence.
We are Central Alabama Community College.
Central to you.
Central to your success.
Where there's action, there's Encore. Professional. Responsive. Dedicated. Encore Rehabilitation.
Team is not something you do alone. Team is plural. Team is arms, legs, blood, sweat, and soul. A lot goes into team. But what we take away stays with us forever.
Hunter Price is Coosa County's Alpha Insurance agent and has the knowledge to help you with all your auto, home, and life insurance needs. With Hunter and Alpha Insurance, you have a team of professionals to access your needs, save money, and give you the personal one-on-one service in your time of need. Visit our main branch in downtown Rockford or call us at 256-377-4955 for all your insurance needs.
Call Alpha.
What value would you gain working with Lee Marketing Group? With 4 divisions under one umbrella, Sign Source, Lee Apparel, R&B Media, and LMG Baker Advertising Agency, Lee Marketing Group offers a comprehensive approach. From logo design and branding to ad placement and everything in between, LMG can handle it all. For ease of time, cutting-edge, results-driven marketing campaigns, think LMG. Lee Marketing Group, your comprehensive marketing solution.
Welcome back, everyone, to Inside the AHSAA Weekly. That's going to wrap up our show this week. Again, we want to thank Russell Do It Center and Building Supply Stores for being our corporate partner on AHSAA Radio Network and what they do throughout the state of Alabama. I want to thank Kevin Smith from Benjamin Russell High School and Ben Thomas from AL.com for being on the program. We really have enjoyed it. We hope you have. We'll see you next week for more Inside the AHSAA.